figure 3. Figure 3, we need to look at the costs and benefits of the proposed Lincolnshire reservoir. Costs and benefits, strengths and weaknesses, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, let's have a look at some of the benefits to start with. Let's have a look at 3. Provides a sustainable water supply. In addition to that, there's a lot of indirect benefits. You get a reservoir, you're going to have water sports on the reservoir. Around the edge of the reservoir, you're going to have cycle paths, for example. So we've got economic activity, and we've also got a bit of a boost for health and well-being, where people are getting a digital detox, where they're really enjoying some leisure and recreation. For example, our water sports or cycling around the edge of the reservoir. And that will actually make people happier, and that will increase productivity in the workplace. It's quite an attractive destination for tourism too, and it'll increase the sphere of influence, and there will be an inflow of wealth, and that will lead to additional economic activity. Third point, well, we can't ignore the environmental benefits either. There's a rewilding programme around the edge of the reservoir that's going to promote biodiversity and increase the ecological value of this environment. Let's have a look at some costs. Okay, costs. Costs don't have to be financial, all right? Costs can be economic, but they can also be social. They can also be environmental. They're just negative impacts. Well, first of all, you develop a reservoir, you've got to flood the land. You can see the land behind me, all right? Flat, low-lying land. And there's a lot of farmers' fields. There's also people's homes there. 50 homes in that reservoir would be flooded. And you're also going to lose some businesses. There'll be job losses. And that's going to have a negative impact on people's quality of life and standard of living. I've already spoken about the farmers' fields. Some farmers are going to lose their land, which means they're going to lose their livelihoods. Now, people losing their homes, that was point 1. People losing their livelihoods, such as farmers losing their fields. That could lead to negative impacts on health and well-being and could actually have some mental health challenges. In addition to that, finally, what I want to speak to you about is the National Farmers Union. They're in a really, really tricky situation. All right, because the National Farmers Union, they know that for farmers to be successful with their cattle and crops on their farmland, you're going to need more water because food is thirsty for water. So they know nationally that this is an issue that needs some solutions, and reservoirs are solutions. However, locally, it's leaving farmers without their livelihoods. So that is a really, really challenging situation for the National Farmers Union to be in, especially considering the cost of living crisis and the fact that we need to be able to produce domestic foodstuffs, especially with global conflict driving the cost of living crisis currently. Definitely something to consider.